our history test is going to be on Friday, but we do have a quiz on Wednesday. So we're gonna review for the quiz and for the test that's on Friday. Next week, I will have turned this one around, but the Northeast and the Southeast are on the quiz and on the test, so we're gonna, drill those too.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan.
Very good. Remember, these are the Great Lakes. Okay, there's 5 lakes that border between the United States and Canada. All right, now we're going to review. We just need to make sure that we can actually see them. Oh, can't see this one. Slow that one too much. Let's do it this way. Can we see both of them? No, we cannot. All right, I'm gonna have to move this back. You need to move back. You are too close. I do not know how you got that far up. Okay, now I can see all of it. All right, ready?
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, West Virginia,
Remember, West Virginia has this really skinny piece. You guys keep getting this confused, but see how that has that skinny piece going up, separating Pennsylvania from Ohio, right? All right, so West Virginia.
North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida.
Not bad at all. All right, so this will be on the quiz on Wednesday. So we'll get another chance to review for it, but let's go ahead and review for the quiz, and then I think this is the first time that we will have reviewed for this test. But I reviewed with you for this quiz last week during the distance learning. All right, so who were chosen to explore the territory purchased by President Jefferson? Olivia?
Meriwether Lewis and William Clark.
Wow, she said their whole names. I just needed Lewis and Clark. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. Excellent. Thomas Jefferson called this group of explorers the what? What was their name?
Corps of Discovery.
Very good. Corps of Discovery. And you are not paying attention. I know you're not paying attention because the glazed look. I need you to pay attention. Corps of Discovery. Remember, Corps looks like C-O-R-P-S, so it looks like corpse, but it's Corps of Discovery. Who besides Sacagawea were asked to guide and interpret for the expedition through the Louisiana Territory? Sacagawea and?
Her baby.
No. Her baby was not asked to join. Her baby was with them, but her baby was not the one asked to join.
And her husband.
Her husband. Sacagawea and her husband were asked to join. Her baby did come, but they didn't ask her baby. Her baby wasn't much help, I'm sure.
I did.
All right, except he was super cute. Oh, that was what he helped. He helped by being super cute. All right, Sacagawea was part of the Shoshone tribe, which was known for what? Known for?
Raising horses.
Raising horses. Very good. Seeing Sacagawea and her baby with the expedition helped the other Native Americans know that these men had come in
Peace.
peace. They weren't there to fight. They're not going to bring a lady and her baby to fight, are they? All right, when the group reached the west coast, they saw what ocean for the very first time? Maya?
Pacific Ocean.
The Pacific Ocean. Very good. Who is the explorer who later became governor of the Louisiana Territory?
William Clark.
No, he was the general of the militia. You guys, this is a tricky one, so you have to learn which one was which. The governor of the Louisiana Territory was? Yes, Meriwether Lewis. I cannot even think of a way to help give you a hint. Meriwether Lewis, governor. And then William Clark, general of the militia. I wish I could think of a way to help you remember which one was which. But one was governor of Louisiana Territory, that was Meriwether Lewis. And think about it this way. A governor is not a fighter, right?
Yeah.
Right? And a general is somebody who fights, right? General of the militia, that's all about fighting. So Meriwether, doesn't Meriwether just sound so pleasant?
Yeah.
Alright, so just remember, Meriwether Lewis. Alright, so if you can just remember, he was the one that was a governor, not a fighter. The general of the militia, that's a fighting job, right? So that would be William Clark. The Shoshone guide and translator for the expedition to the Louisiana Territory. She was from the Shoshone tribe. And she was the guide and translator for the Louisiana Territory. What's her name? Sacagawea. Clark's nickname for Sacagawea's son. Clark's nickname for Sacagawea's son.
Pompey.
Pompey. Or sometimes he was called Pomp. So you might see it both ways, Pomp or Pompey. But you need to know both. Alright, stand. You know what, now, let's not play the sit-down game today, because we've not done this yet. I don't like to do the sit-down game when we've never done it before. Alright, this is the first time we've done it, but you do need to be paying attention. Okay, you need to put that down on the floor and start playing with it. Stand it up. I do not even know why that was on your desk. And you're sitting there crumpling it and crunching it. Sit up. This is not time to lay down on our desk like we're taking a nap. Alright, what mountains are found in the western United States? Just call it out.
Rocky Mountains.
The Rocky Mountains. The group exploring Louisiana Territory saw which ocean when they reached the west coast?
Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean. What is that word that means height or elevation above sea level?
Tide.
No. Height or elevation. Talking about the Rocky Mountains and how high they are.
High tide?
A plane. Okay, I just said it's not tide.
Low
It has
oxygen?
nothing to do with the ocean. Even though it's sea level is the ground level, and anything that goes up higher than sea level
Low oxygen?
is called what?
A plane.
Planes go up. Guys, they didn't have planes back then, but they have
Ground.
this. Like mountains have what?
Peaks. Peaks.
Cliff.
Well, planes don't have peaks, but they can go up to a
Landslides.
high what?
Landslides.
Cliff.
Somebody almost said it.
Land-
Not altitude. Altitude. Altitude.
Altitude.
So, stop talking and listen.
We don't
So,
know.
height or elevation above sea. It was in the notes I gave you, and I gave you these notes already before the distance learning. So that means you never even studied these notes.
I don't remember you giving me notes about these notes.
They were
about
with
those
the
notes.
distance learning stuff. You look in the distance learning notes and you'll see test 4.
I
The
didn't study
distance learning
that.
notes, I gave them to you. You guys could have studied them. You didn't have to wait till I started reviewing with you like this. I give them to you early so you can start studying them ahead of time. So everybody, what is height or elevation above sea level?
We
Altitude.
didn't learn altitude though.
Yeah, we did. We read it in the book when we were discussing the Rocky Mountains and how they went to a high altitude. It got very cold and sometimes it was snowing in the summer.
I don't remember that book anyway.
No, we can read it later. You remember it or you don't? That probably means you didn't watch that video then,
Yeah, probably.
or weren't listening. You should have watched all videos. How many of you remember me talking about altitude in the Rocky Mountains? It was specifically talking about the Rocky Mountains and how it got very cold up there and snowed even in the summer.
What?
Stop wasting my time now. I don't need to learn how you didn't pay attention to what I taught. Meriwether Lewis was a neighbor of what president?
President Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, very good, Thomas Jefferson. For early explorers, the easiest way to travel was to follow what?
Rivers.
Rivers or
Lakes.
streams. Rivers or streams. What is a group of volunteers that assists a regular army in an emergency? Militia, very good. After Sacagawea died, her children were cared for by
William
Clark. Yes, he was a fighter, but he also loved Sacagawea's children. So the fighter took care of her children. The general of the militia, ended up taking care of her children, him and his wife, William Clark. After the expedition, the president chose Meriwether Lewis to be the governor. Very good. A person who travels to an unknown land and settles there is called a
pioneer.
Pioneer, very good. There is a rock formation named for Sacagawea's son. It is called Pompey's Pillar, very good.
What?
In an election where Peter Cartwright ran against somebody for Illinois legislature, who did he run against?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, very good. The men that were chosen to explore the Louisiana Territory were
Meriwether Lewis and William Clark.
very good. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. And you do need to know their whole names this time. But you won't have to spell them. You just have to know to pick them. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. Who marked a trail from Virginia to Kentucky?
Daniel
Daniel Boone. Very good.
Boonesboro. That's what it was called.
That was the settlement. That wasn't the trail. The trail was called Wilderness Road. Okay, the actual settlement was called Boonesboro. But they're just asking who did it.
Daniel
You need
Boone.
to stop making noises and pay attention. Who spent his life as a circuit riding preacher to the Midwest?
Peter Cartwright.
Yeah, Peter Cartwright, not Daniel Boone.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but that's what you put on the last quiz. Peter Cartwright was a circuit riding preacher. Daniel Boone was a pioneer who blazed a trail to Kentucky. What was the name of the trail that pioneers led pioneers from Virginia to Kentucky? Wilderness Road. A group chosen to explore the new territory of the United States was called
Corps of Discovery.
Corps of Discovery, not Corps from, Corps of Discovery. Kentucky was purchased from what nation?
Cherokee Nation.
Cherokee, not Shoshone. Shoshone was Sacagawea's tribe who raised horses. So Cherokee. Okay, since you can't sit right, you can stand. Stand up. Stand up and get behind your chair and push your chair in out of your way. And then I'll just stand until we're done reviewing. All right. What was the name of the president who purchased the Louisiana Territory?
Thomas
Jefferson. The circuit riding preacher who helped bring about the Second Great Awakening.
Daniel Cartwright.
Peter Cartwright. You just got confused with Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone, pioneer. Peter Cartwright. The group that explored the Louisiana Territory built a fort near the ocean called what?
Wait, what? What was that?
The group that explored the Louisiana Territory.
Court of the Scare.
That's the
Fort
name of the
Clatsop.
I want to know the name of the fort they built near the ocean.
Fort Clatsop.
Fort Clatsop. It was before discovery, but they built a fort called Fort Clatsop. Cover your nose. What was the fort that was at the end of the Wilderness Trail? Boonesboro. And the wilderness that Daniel Boone explored and helped to settle was
Kentucky.
Kentucky, very good. What is open free land where few people have settled?
Frontier.
Frontier. What is the woman who helped guide the men through the Louisiana Territory?
Sacagawea.
Very good. And you will have to tell me ways that Sacagawea helped the men in the new territory. So can you name some of those ways?
She made food.
Yes, she helped them find food and make food.
She brought her baby, which meant they weren't coming to fight.
Alright, so she helped them know they came in peace. That's the way we're gonna word it.
Okay.
She helped them know they came in peace.
She gave them horses. I believe. I don't remember.
She did not give them horses, but she did help them with the trading. She helped them by being a translator. She was a translator so that they would trade.
Hope that there's stuff that couldn't fell out
Yeah.
of the boat.
Very good. When the boat overturned, she helped pick up all the important things that were floating away. Very good. There's two more.
I don't remember.
One has to do with plants, but it doesn't have to do with eating the plants. Or maybe you did have to eat them a little bit, but
Helped find medicine.
yeah, plants. Not, don't just say she helped find medicine. Say she helped find plants for medicine. Because back then, they couldn't just go to the store and get the medicine like we do today. They actually had to know which plants were helpful to take.
Oh, neat.
Or maybe they made a tea out of it. There were different things they did with these plants. But she knew which plants to make medicine out of. One more. You know? Anybody? Yes?
Told them which plants were.
Somebody already said that one. Yeah,
Oh.
somebody already said, told them which plants and fruits and things were good to eat.
Directed them?
Yeah, she directed them. She was their guide. She knew the area. Remember, this was where she came from. So eventually they got to the area that she was from, and so she was able to guide them. So she was their guide. She was their interpreter. She saved some important papers and things that when the boat returned. She helped them find fruits and vegetables and cook for them. She helped the Indians know they came in peace. And she found plants to use for medicine. And that would be the short answer for this test. And we will review it more and more and more until Friday, and then you'll have to just remember it. All right.